Taurus, what is up, y'all? How y'all doing? What is good with you? Time for your weekly check-in. We gonna see what's going on with you guys for the first week of November. November week 1. So if any of you are in need of a personal reading, if you want, you can just go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. I have a link in the description of this video. Most people prefer my general personal readings. They're very inexpensive and budget friendly, but I like them because they're so quick, easy, and to the point. You don't have to ask me nothing. You don't have to tell me nothing. All you got to do is click what you want me to read and let me do the rest. I do offer a lot more than that, though, so you can read up on everything else I have to offer on my website. Link is in the description. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see how the energy's looking between Taurus and the person they're dealing with. How's it looking? November week 1. Damn, King of Pentacles. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess if we're looking at whether or not you're dealing with somebody that's overflowing with emotion, that wouldn't necessarily be the greatest thing in the world. Maybe it's a business owner or somebody that's just all about their goddamn money. 4 of Cups. This is one of those situations that seems like it's moving forward, but right when it seems like it's moving forward, then it just seems like things are not moving forward. Is this person like kind of start and stop, or maybe you're just wondering if you're making it all up in your head? You know, like if you're just thinking things are moving forward. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is driving you a little bit nuts, because when it all comes down to it, things are not moving forward. Like, not at all. Uh-oh, some drama is on the horizon. Damn, dog. Because it kind of seems like a new start's happening here. But even if this was a new start, this would be a slow new start. But then when you got the Hangman, 2 of Cups reversed, it's like a false start, you know? Okay. And I don't even want, this has been coming out for everybody, dude. I'm going to just set that aside, not even, unless it comes out again. Let's see how they feel about you. How's this person feel about Taurus, universe? King of Pentacles again. It's reversed this time, though. Three of Pentacles reversed. I don't know if they feel the connection with you that they once did. Not quite. I do. For those of you not in communication with this person, I think they do kind of want to talk to you. They just don't really know how they feel, if that makes sense. I think they've been waiting to hear from you, keeping their options open, trying to find someone new, because one thing they do not want is to be alone. This is one confused mess of an individual you're dealing with here. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna clear the air. Where'd my goddamn sage go, bro? Where'd my goddamn sage go? Somebody must have came and took it out of here. It was in here. Damn, I can't even clear the air. Damn, dog. Somebody must have came and got the sage. All right, whatever. We'll just push through. Yeah, they don't really know how they feel. They don't know. They do kind of want to talk to you, but I don't even know how to explain that. How do you explain that? where you want to talk to somebody, but you don't really know how you feel. I don't know how to explain that, dude. Very confused. If anything, maybe they just want to be nosy and see what you got going on in your life. That's whenever that energy comes through, that's about the best description that I can come up with. You know, because if you want to talk to somebody, don't you know how you feel? Because I don't know about you, but if I have no type of feelings for somebody, I don't want to talk to them. Isn't that how you would feel? I would imagine that if I wanted to talk to someone, I would feel some type of way, and I would know how I feel, you know? Let's get the advice. Let's see if it would be a good idea maybe to talk to this person. What's the advice? Would that even be a good idea for Taurus to talk to or communicate with this person? Emperor reversed. Well, just know that if you did decide to talk to this person, just go into it knowing that they have some inferiority issues. Yeah. If I was you, I would try to go into it with as few expectations as possible. Because they got inferiority issues. I don't think they plan on being 100% open, upfront, and honest with you. If anything, they're probably going to test to see what they can get out of you, if anything. They'll probably paint a very false picture in your mind regarding what they got going on in their life. I don't know. This is all subjective. Personally, I don't feel like this is a conversation worth having. That's just me, though. That's just me. I don't know. I'm the type where if I can't trust you, I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to say to you if I don't trust you. As soon as you show me your true colors and show me I can't trust you, I have nothing to say to you. Nothing. And that's not just out of principle. It's what's the point? What's the point in talking to you when I don't believe anything comes out of your mouth? What's the point? It's wasted energy. Just blowing hot air back and forth at each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess take that and do with it what you will. Do you want to have a conversation with that person? I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm just telling you, it probably isn't going to lead to anything productive. It's not going to lead to anything that brings happiness and joy. If anything, you'll probably just end up walking away from this more hurt than you were before the conversation started. But sometimes you need that. Sometimes you got to have that I know that's happened to me a few times in my life where, you know, you part ways with somebody and it kind of lingers in your mind and it stays stuck with you. And then at some point in time later on down the line, the universe brings the two of you back together. And you see, oh, that's why me and you didn't work out. That's why. I get it now. I see it now. And you just let go by default. You don't even got to try to let go. Even if you don't think you'll ever let go of this, once you see it from that higher perspective, you let go by default, you know? Maybe that needs to happen. So just take that and apply it to the situation however it fits. All right, well, let's see how things are looking with your love interest in the first week of November. Ooh, that was quick. King of Cups, though. Ooh. Is this person telling you they have feelings for you? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see what else comes out. Two more shuffles. Five of Wands reversed. So it almost, yeah. It almost kind of feels like this person's expressing feelings to you, but for some reason it's like you don't trust it. Yeah. They're expressing feelings to you, but you don't trust it for some reason. I think maybe you are suspecting that they're just using you for something, like maybe a sex-based connection or money or something that somebody could use you for that's not a true, genuine love connection, you know? Most commonly in the dating world today, it's either sex connections or using people for money or something they can get out of this. Now, I'm not saying that that is or that isn't true. I'm just saying that you would think that as soon as this person starts expressing their feelings, that would make you feel so fucking amazing. You've been waiting to hear this for however long. But the minute it starts coming out, it starts weighing on you very heavily. There's something about it you don't quite trust all the way. Okay. Some of you dealing with a Capricorn, could be a fellow Taurus. I also have Libra and Cancer here. But, you know, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. Well, now I'm curious. I'm getting kind of invested in this. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. About legacy of the divine. What's their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Do they really have feelings for you? Do they want to be with you? Or are they blowing smoke up your ass? Let's see. Page of Cups reversed. Ace of Wands. Man, Ten of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed. Okay. Look. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, King of Cups, all reversed. So I think what you're picking up on is that this person is just in a hurry to get into a relationship with somebody after their last relationship ended. Now, I know that some of you have been dealing with this person for an unusually long period of time. I think they probably had more than one option to choose from. Like for those of you who have been dealing with this situation for like 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, and you've been getting strung along for like 6 to 8 months, this is the type of situation where they either had more than one person to choose from, or they had somebody else they was really wanting to get with. And they was stringing you along just in case whatever else fell through. And it looks like whatever else fell through. So now, I think that's why they're expressing feelings to you. Where it's not like they have actual feelings. They just want to get into a relationship after their last one ended. They can't get with who they really want. So it's like this is like their last option. Damn dog. Okay. To me, that's not intentions of honesty and integrity. I don't know how you see that, but personally, like, I mean, every time this comes up, I always have to ask, and what the fuck are you doing? You know? People just don't know how to connect with somebody on a genuine level anymore. Not like they used to. I guess let's get the advice. How much time we got? Okay, we got time. All right. What's the advice for Taurus? What's the advice? Advice, advice. What is the best advice? Woo! Sun card. Well, that's tricky. I don't know if I'm going to hammer on that really, really hard. Man, this is one of them types of situations, dude, that I might be able to give you a little bit of advice, but by and large, I think this needs to play out the way it's going to play out. Because I think this situation is jam-packed with wisdom and life lessons. Other than that, the only thing I can really do is circle back to my main talking point. Where if you're confused about somebody's feelings, you might not want to go there. But I could see where a situation like this would be a little bit weird, because especially if you've been being strung along by this person for like months and shit, and then all of a sudden finally, hey, I got feelings for you, I want to be with you, and then it takes a whole 180-degree twist and turn after that. Well, first of all, even with all that aside, that's still going to feel weird. I see it all the time when people are strung along for a long period of time and then it's finally made official. That's going to cause an energetic change no matter what. No matter what. But especially if it's made official under like pretenses that have nothing to do with honesty and integrity. Like I said, I think there's somebody else this person really wants to be with. Whom, I don't know. But they've been kind of stringing you along long enough just to make sure that there are no other options, and then they choose you as a last option. I think most of us have been there. I know I've been there, and there's not really a whole lot you can do about it, man, to be honest with you. Unless you really want to follow that feeling, which is much easier said than done. Especially if it's something you've been waiting on for weeks and weeks and months and months. You get that feeling, of course you want to ignore it. Been waiting on this so long. I don't want to ignore. I don't want to pay attention to any feelings that are telling me that something might be wrong here. This is what I've been wanting this whole time. But I mean, I think that's about all you can really do is pay attention to the feeling of the situation. And you'll either ignore it or you'll listen to it. If you ignore it, well, there's a very important lesson in that. If you listen to it, if you're one of them people that is mentally and emotionally strong enough and energetically aware enough to listen to that feeling and listen to the feeling over what your ego wants and do what the feeling is telling you to do, regardless of what you want, you're gonna level the fuck up off of that. Oh, you're gonna level way up off of that. That's gonna put you on a whole new level. But I think this needs to play out the way it's gonna play out. The only thing you can do is pay attention to the feeling, and you're either gonna ignore it or you're not. Okay? So, all right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.